Fox News alert, at least one person is dead, nearly a dozen others injured when a van slams into worshippers outside of a mosque in London.
That's right. Here to react, we've got Dr. Zaudi. Jasser is a former U.S. Navy commander and founder of the American Islamic Forum for Democracy. He joins us live right now. Good morning, Dr. Jasser. Thanks for joining us from Phoenix. You say that what happened last night at the Finsbury Mosque is exactly what ISIS wants. Explain that.
Well, when you look at when they commit acts of heinous terrorism in Manchester and London Bridge, San Bernardino, what do they want to do? They divide the world into the land of Islam and the land of war. The land of war to them is the areas of freedom and liberty that are an existential threat to their theocratic Islam. So the way to sow chaos and to recruit more Muslims is to pit us Muslim communities against those around us. So why not drive acts of eye for an eye, the Hammurabi law, if you will, and vigilante justice? So we have to hold on to our rule of law. We have to hold on to who we are and use that as the weapon against them, which is religious freedom for Muslims who are really the head of the spear, as we see in Muslim countries. And we can do things in the West that you just can't do in the Middle East in fighting these ideologies.
Well, you know, the problem is the law enforcement has shown an inability to keep the people of Britain safe. So this was inevitably going to happen, I think, in some respects.
Well, there's no doubt as we look back to what led to this sense of vigilantism, we need stronger leadership to tell our people that we will lead them towards the advancement of liberty and protection of our societies through British nationalism, but not hyper-nationalism to where we start to attack minorities, not only Muslims, but other vulnerable minorities. So we have to regroup and realize that it's the lack of a long-term strategy of advancing the ideas within Muslim communities and around us that will protect us from the radicalization of Muslims that is preventing our community from feeling safe and sowing the chaos that ISIS wants us to have.
Dr. Jasser, here's what I don't understand. Why do you have so many Muslims? Why are there so many Muslims that are radicalized? I mean, I know there are those people who think so far different. Like, I'm a Christian. I know there are some people that read the Bible and they read it the way that they misinterpret it. But there aren't that many of those individuals. Why are there so many radicals that are misinterpreting the Quran?
Well, because the propaganda by the Islamists out of Saudi Arabia, Wahhabis, the Muslim Brotherhood fed by Qatar, the Iranian Khomeinists, all of these have saturated Muslim thought globally, and we have not done anything within our communities, and especially the Western governments. We're simply countering violent extremism and not advancing liberty and modernity. Our Muslim Reform Movement has ideas that we put out on our declaration of fighting misogyny, anti-Semitism, homophobia. All these things are not looked at as part of a counterterrorism program, but simply ignored as not part of the precursors of radicalization. We need to start connecting those dots, but we also need to start telling Muslims that we love them in a tough way, and that things like the shootings in Quebec, Portland, and now we see in Finsbury are not going to be part of what we are as America or the West.
Dr. Jasser, trying to make things work. Thanks so much, Dr. Jasser. Appreciate it.
Thanks.
Anytime. Thank you.